It's Mr. Wilson. We're going to talk today about how to edit your interviews and your news pieces. So right now I've got back to school night news piece down here, and we've got an interview with Miss Deanie, and we're just going to real quick show you how to deal with these interviews. So let's take a look.
Why do you think this is important? I think it's really important for parents to get to know the teachers of their children and to learn about the classes that their students are taking. What do you think of...
Okay, so first, we're never going to want to hear the question unless the answer doesn't make sense without it. So we're going to go down here, and when we put our cursor over the edit point, we're going to get this trim tool to the left. Film strip to the left means I'm going to be trimming the clip before it, so I don't want that. I want the film strip to the right, and I'm going to click and I'm going to drag it to the right to get rid of that question. We don't need to hear the question. So
Why do you think this is important?
right there, and drag to that playhead.
I think it's really important for...
We're going to want to get rid of anything that we don't need. So we've got a little bit of intake of breath there from Miss Deanie that we don't want. So I'm going to trim it even more. Okay, so I'm going to zoom into this a little bit so we have a tighter shot. And back up a little, right there. So there's where she's going to start talking. So get my trim tool, drag it to the playhead, and right there is where she starts talking.
I think it's really important for parents to get to know the teachers of their children and to learn about the classes that their students are taking.
Okay, that was a really nice answer from Miss Deanie. So we're going to use that whole thing. So I'm going to hit B, which is going to bring my blade tool up. I'm going to cut it right there. Because the next thing is...
What do you think of TPMS?
Do we need that question? Let's see.
I think TPMS is a wonderful school.
No, we don't. So we're going to go back. Okay, and we're going to get it right before Miss Deanie starts to talk. Right there. And we're going to blade again. Boom. So now I select A. There's my tool. Cut it. Alright, so now I've got this.
Is that their students are taking. I think TPMS...
Okay, that's a jump cut. What do? Well, we're going to put BRoll over it. So we're not going to have that jump cut. You should never have a jump cut in your news pieces because we're going to put BRoll over it.
This is a wonderful school, and tonight is a great example of what a fantastic community this is of students, teachers, and parents.
Okay, so we're going to stop it there. And again, I'm going to hit B, and I'm going to cut it there. And the reason why I'm cutting is because I think that we're going to want to use the rest of this, Miss Deanie's answer. We're going to go back to her later, so we don't need to see it right now. As a matter of fact, we could just delete that entire thing because it's still all up here. Miss Deanie's entire interview is still up there. But let's just take a look. We've got this cut, so all we need to do is put some B-roll over it. Now, right now, I'm just going to pick some B-roll randomly. Here's an amazing teacher giving a talk at back to school night to a classroom full of parents, so that's what I'm going to use. So I'm going to press I for my endpoint, play it a little bit.
This class over is that we do a lot of video production work, and that's very time consuming.
Okay, now O for my out point, click, hold, drag. I'm going to put it right on top of that. Okay, but of course we're going to have to do something else. I think you'll figure out what.
Children and to learn about the classes that their students...
We need to mute that. So I'm going to click on here, delete that. I'll just drag my volume all the way down. So now we're going to have Miss Deanie, and we're going to cover up that jump cut with some B-roll.
I think it's really important for parents to get to know the teachers of their children and to learn about the classes that their students are taking. I think TPMS is a wonderful school, and tonight is a great example of what a fantastic community this is.
Okay, so that looks good. Now I just need to do one more thing, which is I'm going to put a lower third on it. So I'm going to go to titles here, lower thirds here, and I'm going to put what's called a lower third on Miss Deanie. Again, basic lower third, date and time, echo. I'm just going to pick formal. I'm going to click, hold, drag, and put it on top of Miss Deanie's clip right here. And then I'm just going to need to change my title once I click in here. Again, you can do it here or over here. So I'm going to go over here, Ms. Dini. And I'm probably going to want to increase the font, make it a little bit bigger. Both of these a little bit bigger. And we can have whatever kind of lower third we want. But a couple things to remember is anything on screen we want to have long enough for us to be able to read it 3 times. I think this is long enough, so let's see.
I think it's really important for parents to get to know
Principal,
the
Ms. Dini,
teachers of their
principal, Ms.
children
Dini, TPMS
and to learn
principal.
about the class.
It's there long enough. Okay. B-roll should be on screen at least 3 seconds. Usually, if it's less than that, it's way too flashy. But probably not more than like 6 seconds. It all depends on the B-roll. If it's something really exciting, like maybe a sporting event, and you've got a long clip because something exciting is happening, then it might be a little bit longer. Miss Dini actually gives us a very nice answer without any ums, ers, or anything like that. But if there were any, you would want to cut those out. We don't want to have someone saying, well. So you want to cut that out of any answer as well to make it more concise, to make people sound more articulate. That's the basics of how to edit your interviews and place B-roll on top of your interviews. Good luck.